I'm gonna be tuning a Jolly Rancher.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just got off the trail and and we're camping, and I'm a stranger. We're getting to be less of strangers and all of that, right?
Camped together last night.
I'm Sydney.
Aiden.
Mark Porter.
Yeah, I really just wanted to come out here and try something different.
Out on the trail to enjoy the wilderness.
Now that I'm retired, I want to see if I can do a through hike. And like they say, mile for mile, it's the most beautiful trail out there.
I laid in my tent, listening to the rain patter on the fabric, lost in my thoughts from the day of the travel on the trail. Going to bed with the sunset gives a sense of natural realism of the world. My circadian rhythm was starting to synchronize with Earth's rotational clock. This also means I was waking up with the sunlight filtering through the forest, splashing onto my tent.
All right, well, it's morning, day 3. I'm at the top of Lost Creek Wilderness, or I guess it's really the middle, but up top of this valley. And it was super rainy afternoon, and everything's still pretty wet. Didn't really dry out overnight. So I'm going to be hanging a bunch of stuff off my pack, I think, this morning. And had a few people that joined at the camp. I'm going to try to get up to the Kenosha Pass campground today. It's like a 16-mile trek. Back on the trail, I have 16 miles that I want to try to get to today. I'm just going to mosey on through and see if everyone that was at camp last night is going to be at the camp tonight.
Well, we both just graduated from college, so, you know, when else am I going to have all this time off to do this before I go get a job and really do something different? I'm hoping that I'm pursuing the medical field, and there's high burnout there. So I'm hoping, you know, taking a little time off, doing something different, I'll want to go back and I'll be excited, like re-excited. I love what I do, but it'll be like a breath of fresh air to go back.
I just like walking. No, it's a challenge, which is I think gonna be really fun. And it already has been. It's already challenging, and it will continue to be, especially once we get into the collegiates at this late season. So the planning and the prep was also really fun. Like every step of this process has been enjoyable.
It's just one of those things that I wanted to do, and now that I'm retired, I'm able to do it. So I have I'm curious to see how it changes me. So because I think that it will change me. I just don't know how.
My day started with a peaceful saunter through the woods, with yesterday's shirt and my rain jacket hanging off my pack, drying in the morning sunlight. I was inspired after meeting my fellow travelers at last night's camp. Originally, I had planned to travel about 12 miles, stopping before Kenosha Pass for the night. This would keep me on track for my planned 9-day trek through Segment 8 to Leadville. But after getting to know the others on the trail, and feeling like my body was becoming accustomed to the trail and the pack, I decided to make the campground at Kenosha Pass my goal for the day. A 16-mile goal. The most I'd ever hiked in a day. The miles went by, my feet taking me smoothly along the trail. I felt light, strong, well rested, like I belonged on the trail. The trees waved around me, the aspen leaves flittering in the warm breeze, a welcome change from yesterday's cold, monsoon-flowing weather.
Yesterday, 2 miles felt like 10. Today, I'm probably 3 miles in now, and I feel really good. Like, my pack feels nice on my back, my legs feel strong. I was a little worried because overnight my hips were kind of hurting this morning when I woke up, because I'm a side sleeper, so I tried laying on my back, and that wasn't gonna work. It's a really nice trail today. It's just nice moseying on trail. It was all downhill the first part. I'm back into the Lost Creek Wilderness and just heading on through. Legs feel strong. I feel confident that I can make it the probably 13 miles left to Kenosha Pass.
Have you done any other longer hikes?
The longest I think I've ever been out backpacking before was 3 nights. So this is I've already beat it. No, this is just a considerably longer trek, and I just wanted to see if I could do it. There's lots of videos out there. I think one of the ones that I think was really interesting for me was that it's about the people. While the trail, and the scenery and whatnot are really great, and you see all this stuff, it really is about the people you meet.
That's a great perspective, and it's so true. Like, I came out here solo and had no idea what to expect, and had no idea I would meet all of you and sleep in the same campground and feel safe, and it's,
Right.
it's such a powerful thing.
Question. Sorry, I'm blanking.
Have you done any have you done any other longer hikes?
Not nearly as long as this. I haven't done any throughs. We have like a group that we like to backpack with that includes Brian and a few others, and we've done 4 or 5 nights?
5 nights.
5 nights. I've done a few 6 in other places, but nothing like this. I'm excited. I mean, it feels broken up because we're going into towns,
True.
but not. I mean, it's still it's feet. Nearly 400 miles or 500 miles is quite something.
Yeah, no through hikes before. Just longest was a 5-day.
As I stopped at the creek crossing to refill my water, thunder pounded in the distance. Clouds formed around me, and the sky opened up, spilling itself toward the ground. This weather wasn't a big deal for me anymore. I was prepared with my gear and mentally strong. I was ready to experience all the mountains had to offer.
Well, it's starting to rain again, just as my raincoat and my shirt were kind of getting dry, but it's all good. I'm coming down to 9,500 feet, just about there, where I was gonna fill up with water. I think I'm only gonna fill up one of my things. I have a 1,000-foot climb just after this to Kenosha Pass. It's only like 5 more miles. Today really went by like a breeze. I heard some coyotes. That was pretty cool. Maybe we'll get to see them tonight. And I'm kind of liking that this climb is at the end, so then I can recover after that and enjoy the whole day. Not that I didn't enjoy yesterday. It was just quite a big climb. Quite the grind to get up there. I just passed the Rock Creek trailhead, so 6 more miles to go to Kenosha Pass. It rained, and I'm cold and wet, but I'm still having a blast. Thinking a lot about different things of what this trek really means, just with the people that I'm finding. Pretty amazing. How is your confidence level to complete?
It's hard to be confident in that. I think mostly the mental game is the hardest part for me. My legs are feeling okay. Shoulders hurt a little bit. Mostly it's the mental game. So I kind of just, look at it. Whatever I do is my personal best. And, I'm still, you got to try. I'd rather come out here and try than not.
Counterpoint to that, I feel unreasonably confident. I'm actually kind of serious. It's funny because I haven't done this before, but I feel like I know myself pretty well, and honestly, I feel like the only thing that's going to stop me is weather or like injury. I really am intent on completing, and I have 2 awesome people with me to do it. And I'm feeling good, despite whatever it's going to throw at me.
Before I started, I was thinking I was probably 90% confident that I was going to be able to complete it, just because I'm 60 years old. I've done a lot of training, but I'm still 60 years old. And so, it's hard to know whether your body's going to hold up or not for the whole thing. Yesterday was particularly difficult because I was hiking with a group of people that were all faster than I was. And they... And when we got to the point of ending the day, I was just done. And so I said, I'm stopping, I'm camping here. And they went on another 3 miles. And overnight, I kind of came to this revelation, I guess, that I got to hike my hike, right? And my hike's all planned out, and my distances are all planned out based on what I think my capability is. And I think as long as I hike my hike, then I'm going to be able to complete it. I had a much better day today going into it with that attitude. And, I took my breaks, and I took as long a break as I needed to take because I wasn't with somebody else who was, telling me to go. I ate more properly because keeping yourself nourished all throughout the day as you're hiking is really important. And so, again, I got to hike my hike.
As soon as I came to a clearing, the rain let up. I stopped for a break, hanging my jacket on my hiking poles in the sun to dry again. The rest of the hike was incredible. Enormous views along the trail of Lost Creek, clearing along a ridge to open to a view of South Park, including the town of Jefferson and Como. Those views I had seen so many times driving south on US 285 through Kenosha Pass. This time was surreal. The thought that I traveled here by foot, carrying what I needed on my back. My feet doing the work that a car engine and its wheels had done in the past.
Just about 3 more miles, I think, to Kenosha. It rained, and then the sun came out, so I stopped for a while and dried out my jacket and my pack cover, and ran into another person that's part of the... I guess this is what the trail family is. Like, you meet people on the trail, and hopefully you stay in contact.
Have you had any memorable experiences yet?
So, it's still early in the hike, but I mean, the wildlife has been, interesting. We ran into bighorn sheep in the Waterton Canyon. I literally had 2 gigantic deer literally run me over on the trail and just, bound off into the bushes. And of course, I'm trying to take a picture as they're going by, and he got nothing. Anyway, and so it's been the wildlife, I think, is the only memorable experiences so far. One of the things that I'm struggling with as I think about taking pictures with my camera is that it's really difficult to take pictures of vastness, right? They just never come out on a picture. It just looks like, there's a bunch of stuff out there. I can't see it.
So far, what actually sticks out to me is the hardship, which is that we had to take a break. And that was not physically difficult because we got a rest, but mentally difficult because we were just prepared to be gone for a month and a half. And then we came right back to where we were for 4 days. And just seeing all the people who I didn't expect to see for a long time, even though it sounds like it would be nice, it was just not what I was expecting. So memorable in that it was difficult, and we're back out here, and Bri has joined us again. I was so happy to see him join us today. I think that's the most memorable thing long-term so far.
Yeah, I kind of similar stuff, and also just being out here with Aiden, hiking and hanging out. We now live in different states, so it's nice to come together every so often and spend time together.
As I'm walking through these paths, I think about other travelers that have been along here and why they had traveled on this trail, even from the beginning, and before it was even the Colorado Trail. What were these trails used for? Are they game trails? I don't know.
Anything else addition to anything rough that happened? Like maybe like I have a blister on my heel that's probably gonna pop tomorrow, and I'm nervous about that. But
I left my shirt, my underlayer, at home when I came back out this time. So we're sleeping in the down jacket and nothing else currently, which is fun.
I got a little heat exhaustion on a really exposed section early on, but the clouds eventually rolled in and I felt better.
Was that in segment 2?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were hiking out
Coming
all
out of the
day.
flat, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, so yesterday my feet were pretty sore. That's what made me stop where I stopped. And so I've been trying to deal with my feet on a daily basis. I've got some Leukotape. I'm not sure if I have blisters that are trying to form on the bottom, right where the ball is, or whether I have a blister that's under my callus, which is even worse. So early on, like in February, I tried switching to an Ultra shoe, which is a 0-drop shoe, and I tore something in the back of my calf. And so it took me out for a couple weeks, and then when I got back into training, like in May, hip flexor pulled, and so I didn't let it keep me from getting. I kept going on the trail, right? I kept when I let things heal, and then get back on my training plan, and then now I'm here.
I had reached my destination for the evening, the Kenosha Pass campground. For most of the day on my hike, I thought about the people I had met in the last 24 hours. I thought about their experience, the reasons why they might be hiking on the trail. A suggestion for me to interview those that I met on the trail was front and center in my mind. So, after arriving at the camp, I sat down with them and recorded their story. Young and old, but none my age. As I listened to their stories, I saw the man I am today reflected in them. I didn't see someone doing more or less than me. I saw a different chapter of the same book, one which had been written, and future chapters yet to be developed. What will you do after you complete your hike? Disney World?
I'm taking my grandkids to Disneyland, as a matter of fact.
That's awesome.
That's hilarious. That's great.
So I am. I'm taking my grandchildren to Disneyland. So we're going to Disneyland, and then I'm going to a wedding right after that in Seattle. And then I have this list of 10 active years, right? I'm 60 years old. I probably have 10 active years left in my life. And, where my body just finally says, slow down, or whatever, right? And so my wife has mandated that I do as many things on that 10 active years list as I can. And so we're talking about what we're going to do next.
I'm going to head back to California and get a job, put my education to use. Yeah, that's the plan. Work a little bit and then apply to graduate school.
Nice.
Yeah.
You said you were going into medical. Are you a doctor or?
So I have a degree in medical laboratory science.
Oh, okay.
So any test that a doctor would run in a hospital or order in a hospital, I run down in the lab. And then, thinking about going on to medical school.
After the trail, I am really still undecided. I mean, that's part of why I'm out here. What I had always put myself on a track for in college, and what I kind of did an internship for and did a lot of job hunting for, was corporate sustainability right after college. I was in business and environmental science, and I'm wanting to go to that, but not sure how quickly I want to go to that, because doing anything, or at least to my vision, doing anything in the corporate world precludes a lot of opportunities like this. So I might just stay bread baking for a little bit and keep doing things like this. Immediately after, I'm just going back to waking up at 4 a.m. and baking 300 loaves of bread a day. It's been enjoyable so far.